Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. He can shine brighter than a candle because he is John Wick. This is the 2014 Ultimate Coordinated Revenge film. Not just in story, but in choreography. Or killography. The plot! Everyone knows the plot of John Wick by this point, but in case you live under a rock or just don't like action movies, or just to keep in continuity with the show, I'll go over it for you. A man of few words receives a late gift from his now dead wife. It was her parting gift. Now that she is gone, the gift, the puppy, is all this man has. That is until some punks break into his house, steal his car, and murder his dog. Now, this man, who turns out to be a notorious assassin, is out for bloody revenge. Damn straight. This flick, John Wick, set the standards for so many modern action films, when, at the time, they relied heavily on shaky cam. The prolonged, steady fight sequences are a testament to the talent behind and in front of the camera. I also love when the reveal happens, John being an assassin. It doesn't need to push any harder with the story. However, instead of it being a run-of-the-mill action revenge film, it continues with the story with style and finesse. It could have stopped with him being an assassin, but it chose to explore the world of the assassin.
We're killing strangers. We're killing strangers.
It's creativity like that a lot of films that were inspired by this one kinda lack. Nobody did do a good job with its characters and action, even though there isn't much story needed. In that film, though, it is relatable to the character. It just had one more thing to ruin his day. In John Wick, though, there was plenty of room to explore the world outside of the character, and it thankfully chose to do so. For the characters, we have John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves from The Matrix, is a man who lost everything, but found something. It wasn't the last gift from his dying wife. It was the will and desire to take revenge upon those who took that gift away. Now, Keanu isn't the best actor in the world, so for this film he doesn't have a ton to say, nor did he need to.
I'm thinking I'm back. So you can either hand over your son, or you can die screaming alongside him!
He still manages to ooze cool and menace, more than any character in this film, which is saying a lot. He's also like a secret assassin, so that helps. Viggo Tarasov, played by the gone much too soon Michael Nyqvist, is the father of the young man who took everything away from Mr. Wick. He doesn't value his son's life entirely, but he does care for him, for he is blood that Wick will try to spill. However, there is no respect given for him. Tarasov is a cruel and malicious man, a real mafia leader type. He doesn't care what Mr. Wick lost, he's only out for his own self-preservation. Losov Tarasov, played by Alfie Allen, who was the silent card trick guy from The Predator 2018, is a true spoiled punk. All he wants is to live life, do sex and drugs, and drink from a bottle.
Want another bottle? Fucking now! Go get me a bottle!
He is anything but an outstanding citizen, taking out all his grief that his father gives him unto others. Avi, played by Dean Winters, who in 2009 suffered from a gangrene-type infection, which cost him 2.5 toes and half a thumb. And in 2 years, had 16 surgeries. He was offered the part as Mayhem for the Allstate commercials in the hospital. Anyway, he is Viggo's right-hand man. He is hilarious and has the most realistic reactions to things. Miss Perkins, played by Adrienne Palicki from Legion 2010, is a hired assassin. She is requested to kill John Wick, and, like most people in this franchise, most of the time, she is too cocky.
Hey, John.
Perkins?
Aurelio, played by John Leguizamo from Violence Night, awesome movie, runs a mechanic shop and is an old friend of John's. He is understandably upset when he finds out what Losov did, and even strikes him. Not that his father cares.
I heard you struck my son.
Sir, I did.
Yeah, may I ask why?
Because he stole John Wick's car, sir, and killed his dog.
Oh.
Marcus, played by the awesome Willem Dafoe from Daybreakers and The Lighthouse, two awesome movies, is an old friend of John's. After Wick's wife died, he wanted to check in on him. There's this camaraderie there that I wish was explored more. Suffice to say, they have great chemistry when they're on screen together for that short amount of time. Winston, played by Ian McShane from the show and movie Deadwood, Jack the Giant Slayer, Hercules, and Hellboy 2019, runs the Continental, a hotel in New York City that is like a haven for assassins. He is an old friend of John's who apparently has a lot of those in this universe. He knows what Wick wants and deep down desires. However, John isn't quite ready to come back as the Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. Or so he thinks. There are so many characters in this franchise. I'll go into some more of them in the sequels reviews, but needless to say, they're all memorable. The film is well balanced with the amount of character screen time and action screen time. The film's humor is spot on. It mostly lies on who and who isn't on John's side. If they are on his side, you can expect light-hearted, funny exchanges. But if not, you can expect violence, bloody mayhem, and carnage. And darkly morbid humor. A nitpick I have is the film starts with one of those "we'll play the ending for you at the beginning." And don't explain anything yet because the audience will get it eventually. I hate that crap. Other cliches like the prior employer screws someone over and that person wants revenge for them still fucking with him, and the whole lone bad guy going against a legion of bad guys throughout the film are commonplace. However, the world building in this film overshadows all that. Something I would like to know is how John learned to fight. We do learn a little bit of that in the sequels, but we never really get the explanation of how he basically uses a bullet as a fist. Gun fu man. Within the movie, of course. I mean, he trained for 4 months to get into this role. The rest of the film is spot-on action and bloodshed, and it kicks ass. The gore, the effects, lots of blood and bullets fly. There are so many awesome scenes of brutal savagery. My only gripe with this is the actual bloodshed. It doesn't overtake the screen, which is good, but it did look like just fake CG blood. However, I have seen worse. The Expendables. There are subtle kills that carry a lot of meaning behind them, though. They're handled as if they don't really matter. It's just a mission or objective that needed to get done. All the fights are done with steadiness. The fighters move graciously across the screen, fluently kicking each other's ass. And it's a breath of fresh air. The film has a very drab look to it, a lot of blues and light greens. Turquoise, even. Which is entirely intentional. I do like that it doesn't really continue in the sequels, but it does fit the tone of the movie perfectly. The motion picture soundtrack, the music in this movie, done by Tyler Bates, who composed 300 and Slither. It fits the vibe of the movie wonderfully. It's a classy, modern flick, with knives and bullets replacing fountain pens and tennis balls. There's a song by Marilyn Manson in there. The song Think by Kaleida is awesome. That's probably my favorite song in the movie. Great score overall. Overall, I love this movie. It's wild and vicious, yet cool and relaxed. The cinematography is beautiful and the choreography is awesome. The acting is spot on and the characters are so much fun to watch. Not only that, but to hear their conversations as well. At times it does feel like the director Chad Stahelski was trying to find his footing in making the perfect action film. Still, for what it does, it's damn near superb. If you haven't seen John Wick, you need to get on that. Best American action film of 2014? Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And as always, subscribe.